In the low of 31 with your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
From local sports to national newsmakers, this is the show everybody is talking about. Live from the Granite State, it's Mike and the Hoss on the Pulse of New Hampshire.
Good morning and welcome to Mike and the Hoss Show, powered by the M Shop and the Pulse of New Hampshire. I'm Mike Danae, and alongside Charlie Hossack, we are Mike and the Hoss. Dog, Charlie, sun's out.
Yeah, the sun is out.
Snow's coming tomorrow.
Guns are coming out, though, later.
Snow's coming down.
Snow is coming tomorrow up here, at least up here in the Lakes region.
Yeah.
I am in the presence, and we'll get to this, but I am in the presence of a champion. And it's been a great week.
You always have been.
Oh, well, maybe not about that. I don't know about that, but it's been a great week for you, and I can't wait to talk about it when we talk about the NHIAA champions during the New Hampshire section. But congratulations. It's been an awesome run for you and for your team. Did you guys do a duck boat tour?
I don't know. We didn't do a duck boat tour, but the town of Wolfboro gave us quite the escort coming back into town.
Very nice.
And a little bit of a parade coming through town at whatever time it was, 9 o'clock at night that night. It was pretty fantastic. It was really nice. We'll share it. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk more about it. That's exciting. So that's great.
All good.
Yeah.
I mean, here it is. I mean, it's March.
Yeah.
We're
spring
March
sports.
Madness,
Spring sports at high school officially start on Monday. I mean, some have started, a little earlier, but
baseball season, the Major League Baseball season starts this week,
which is exciting.
It's early. I'm sorry. March doesn't seem right for the start in March. Wait a week.
You want to wait till April?
I want to wait till April. It doesn't make a ton of sense. The Red Sox are starting in Cincinnati in March. I'm sorry.
It'll be a little cold.
That's not. If you're going to start in March, send them down to a dome or send them down to a warm
Florida.
weather. Do it that way.
Or go out west.
I don't want to watch a blizzard on Thursday and opening day.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and if you're going out west, they're having a heat wave. Arizona, it's like 106 degrees.
Your inner clock tells you when it's time to watch something, when it feels that it's time to watch something. Like, for instance, I don't like watching spring football. My clock doesn't feel that way.
It's not fall. You don't.
Summer hockey. It doesn't work that way. March baseball doesn't work that way for me either.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch March baseball.
It's interesting that you said that with your internal clock, but it's true. And for me, obviously, I've been a football guy my whole life, and it's almost like you can smell it in the air. Come August, and then the nights start to get cooler, and you start to you start to smell the the kind of people, the wood stoves go on, things like that as the weather up here in New England changes, and it's football season.
Those aren't baseball smelling things.
No,
you don't want to hear the propane stove kicking on during your.
I don't want to watch baseball while my pellet stove is running.
Right.
Yeah,
that's it.
Agreed.
All right, Mike and the Hoss is powered by the M Shop, located in the heart of downtown Wolfboro, and can be found on the Pulse of New Hampshire radio stations and all over the world on the Pulse of New Hampshire app. You can always catch up and listen to our previous shows on the Pulse Podcast Network, Spreaker, Audible, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. The Yum Yum Shop has over 100 varieties of fresh baked goods, including 6 different types of bread and a full-service ice cream bar. And, of course, their most famous item, the gingerbread cookie. Make sure to visit the Yum Yum Shop the next time you're in Wolfboro or online at yummyumshop.com. And while you're there, enter the discount code of Mike and the Hoss to receive 20% off a Gingy Box. You can join our conversation, 603-228-2080. That is 603-228-2080. And as always, thank you to the Heinz Group of Philadelphia and London for sponsoring our Facebook Live and YouTube Live feed. You obviously could catch us on social media.
You can find us on X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
All right. Opening Takes brought to you by the Back Bay Boathouse,
where you can enjoy delicious food and drinks right next to the lake. Don't forget to order the $5 Mike and the Hoss penalty box during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m.
Do you want it or do you want me to go?
You can start. I want yours looks interesting.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. During overtime on our podcast this week, we talked about the World Baseball Classic, and I know we're going to probably bring it up later. We can get more details of the game, but the U.S. lost to Venezuela 3-2. Mm-hmm. And we kind of contrasted the reaction of Venezuela relative to the United States and how it obviously meant more to Venezuela than I think it did the U.S. players or U.S. fans for that matter. And so, and listening to TV this week and, just the different narratives on it, there's a difference between playing for your brand and playing for your team or your country. And it seems that the United States players lean more towards the brand
Yeah.
than they do towards team or country. Whereas you see the European players, or not just the European players, but anybody basically outside the United States, lean more towards that country, more towards their team, rather. And why is that? I don't know. Is it just the marketization of the United States athlete? Is it because the United States professional athlete, has their own team of everybody?
Yeah, they have their own social media people, everything, marketing, advertising, everything.
They're multi-billion-dollar businesses, and they lean towards that way. The Venezuelan victory, and I told you, and I'm not anti-America, but I was rooting for Venezuela in that game because of what I saw on the bench, what I saw on the stands, all that kind of stuff. And the United States players deserve some shout-outs. You had mentioned Bryce Harper and his reaction afterwards. But it was obvious. You did not have to be a genius to realize how much more this game meant to the Venezuelan players than it did the American players.
Yeah.
And, we said this on our podcast. The American player is going to go back and they're going to have their little mini board meeting with their people and decide when their next $1 billion is coming from.
Right.
Whereas these Venezuelan people, that's probably the greatest victory that even the ones that play in Major League Baseball, that's probably their greatest victory. If the United States would have won that, I'll use Bryce Harper or Alex Bregman, would that be their greatest victory? Would they be saying that was their greatest victory?
No,
or would they rather win with the Astros or win with the Phillies?
I would think they would probably prefer to win a World Series.
And I think it's cultural, and I think it's definitely more important to these other countries. Why is that, Charlie?
Yeah. Is there a possibility that because it's the USA, the USA has a track record of always winning, so you kind of get absorbed. Okay. You kind of get absorbed with the expectation is for them to win. They typically almost always win anyway. So even if they win, whatever, that's kind of what we expected. I mean, I shared with you on overtime. My reaction was when the USA lost, I was, obviously cheering for USA, but when they lost, it was like, oh, okay, not a big deal. I was able to go to bed and not even think about it. And the next day I didn't get up and be like, oh, this is a bummer. Where I said before, if the Red Sox had lost Game 7 or the Patriots lost the Super Bowl, or, pick a team where the Celtics lost in the NBA Finals, I'd be kind of bummed out, and I'd be bummed out kind of throughout that day. And depending upon how I felt, maybe that week where this was just like World Baseball Classic, thoroughly enjoyed it. Think it's great for baseball. Rooted for the USA, was excited to see the other teams, was excited to see the camaraderie between the different players and different nations, but I'm not losing sleep or being upset about it.
Yeah.
So
no, I referenced the fans too. I mean, there was quite the contrast between when the camera scanned on a Venezuelan fan or a Dominican Republic fan,
or Puerto Rican fan, or or take any other country, even a Great
compared
Britain
to a
fan.
U.S. fan. The U.S. fan was eating the hot dog, drinking a beer, enjoying the game.
Yeah, of course.
But the passion was definitely on the other side.
Right, and I think you're right. So even if we flip the switch and let's say the U.S. won, I don't think there would have been. We would have
tears.
We would have high-fived.
Yeah.
And then left. Right? I mean, we wouldn't have gone crazy. It would just would have been, we won, high five, fist bump, whatever.
I don't see tears coming from the U.S. players like you saw from the Venezuelan players.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's probably their greatest. You look at World Cup, and if you screw up in a World Cup soccer game, your life is not just in jeopardy. Your family, your whole lineage is
depending upon what country you come from. Sure.
So it does matter, but the United States doesn't feel that way.
No. Yeah.
Not that they've gotten that close, but in soccer.
Right. Well, I mean, the women have. Clearly,
women have, but the men have not.
Yeah, the men have not. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
It's interesting. It's definitely you could say a cultural divide. And I guess from a fan's perspective, I think it's kind of cool. I love that the fact that other countries are so into it and so excited that, I mean, maybe that's why you were rooting for Venezuela, because it's like, this really means something to the Venezuelan fans and the players.
That's a good point. The World Baseball Classic was not built on the back of the United States.
Yeah.
It was built on the back of the passion from the other countries.
Right.
That's what makes it a great product, is the passion from the other countries, not the United States players.
Correct.
All right. We'll break down the game later. Let's do your before we go to break.
All right. So mine was just, we've talked about this before. What's better as far as sports leagues? And I think Dog, Mike, you, and me all are in agreement that we know it's the NFL. It's the NFL. And a lot of people, a lot of pundits the past week have talked about how because of the World Baseball Classic, Major League Baseball has risen above the NBA. I think we already had the MLB in second place as far as Mike and the Haas, but now it's kind of taking over this the nation and saying Major League Baseball has finally moved back into second place over the NBA. Part of the reason is the rich history and the nostalgia with baseball, the parity. You can have small market baseball teams actually win and compete against these big, juggernauts, also known as, Los Angeles teams. The strategy in baseball with the pitching matchups, the bullpen management, the situational hitting, thanks to the World Baseball Classic we had just talked about with not only the national pride that you see with it, but also just the pride in baseball and the excitement. Broke down, I kind of took a look at this, and as Mike always claims to use AI, I used a little bit of AI on this as well to kind of look at the demographics for baseball. The demographics for baseball lean towards an educated, middle, upper class fan base. Obviously, they tend to be a little bit older. The basketball, it's a younger, more social media driven audience. They support individual players more than teams. So I think that's where the issue is that, you have these younger generation, obviously social media, as they get older, they shift more away from the NBA. I feel like I did that too. Like I was really into the NBA in my younger years, and now I'm like, I tolerate the NBA. But the support for the individual players, I think that's something we should really explore a little bit. They don't care if the Celtics win, but they care if Jason Tatum gets a, triple double. Like that's exciting for them, where it's like, oh, he got a triple double, but the Celtics lost by 4. Like I am like, oh my gosh, the Celtics lost by 4. I could care less what Jason Tatum's stat line is. I don't even look at stat lines. Who cares? Yeah. I just care about whether or not the Celtics win or lose. So it's interesting to think that an NBA fan, a lot of them, especially the younger fans, care more about stat lines than team performance.
All right, I'm going to push back on the parity piece. I don't think that there's parity in Major League Baseball.
You don't think so?
I don't. I don't. I think there's probably more parity. And I mean, look at Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is the NBA champion, and there's a good chance they're going to win again this year.
Yeah, but there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money in those teams. I'm talking about the teams that don't have the money that can still compete. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. It goes back to like one of your favorites. It goes back to Moneyball from years ago, right?
Yes, but it's still ultimately you're going to have a major market team in the World Series 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have the Dodgers, you're going to have the Yankees, you're going to have the Phillies, you're going to have something like that, the Red Sox.
Maybe the Mets.
You're going to have those kinds of teams in there, which I think it argues against the parity. I think last year was Oklahoma City and Indiana. That to me means more parity than dog.
To your point, Mike, I was going to let you finish on that. When the season began, the 2024-2025 NBA season, we were expecting OKC and the Celtics. We got OKC and the Pacers. So the parity is starting to work in the NBA. If you look at the Dallas Mavericks, were not expected to take on the Celtics in the 2024 NBA Finals, but they got there. So the 1 seeds, there was a time where essentially the 1 or 2 seeds were going to be representing the NBA Finals in both conferences. That's not the case anymore. It's now probably 1 seed, and then one of the other conferences will have a lower seed. So parity's working in basketball more than it is in baseball, to your point.
So, but I agree with you that baseball, I think, is passing the NBA. And I think it's because baseball looked in the mirror and they said, we have to improve this product.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball, on the other hand, has butchered their own game.
Yeah,
they really have. I'm enjoying watching the college basketball game so much more than the NBA basketball game.
Much better.
The ISO ball, we've talked about it incessantly on the show, the ISO ball that you see in the NBA. Now, traveling is such a major issue. They don't call it anymore. They don't call traditional things that have been called in the NBA. Baseball looked in the mirror. They sped up the game. They're fixing the umpire issue.
Sure.
That the poor new female umpire this week. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught that.
That was a tough look, but not being a female wasn't the problem. The problem that I saw is that ABS is going to remove these umpires completely.
Correct.
They're just going to remove them.
Yeah.
It's what's going to end up happening. But they're improving the game. I don't see the NBA making major changes to their game.
Yeah.
I mean, have you heard of anything happening?
No.
And I think this has been the trend for probably about 20 years or so. 20 years, the game has fallen so that it's not a very watchable product anymore.
Right. I mean, they introduced the NBA Cup, but I think that kind of has fallen flat.
Contrived.
But yeah, no, I think it's interesting. And I don't know, I would like to project out, and I would like to see where the NBA, if we go 10 years from now, where is the NBA? And the NBA right now, based on the way they're trending, dare I say, they could be fourth. You could have the NHL, you could.
That's going to be that's
a real
big step.
real stretch, but there's just something about a hockey player versus a basketball player. I guess the toughness, I think for all the good that LeBron James has brought to basketball, there's a lot of bad too. As far as the flopping,
Flopping's the thing.
So we'll see how that goes. But so for me, it's still like I said, NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, and then NHL. As far as how it's ranked, it doesn't mean that that's my favorite order.
Yeah,
but
I would agree with that. All right, we're way over. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, Mike and Hoss.
Your home for news, talk, and information. This is 107.7 WTPL, the pulse of New Hampshire.
The following commercial has actually been made up on the fly.
Cheryl, where's our ad for the radio and stream?
I didn't write one.
What are you talking about? We're about to go in the studio to record.
Nothing's coming to me. I mean, like the Battery Boy moniker is firmly established.
Great. Thanks for throwing that in another ad.
And we've already talked about the MOB, Mother of the Bride, and the MOG, Mother of the Groom jewelry.
Why don't you just talk about all the new yellow gold that we bought and how you went over the top again?
Well, Frank, what about all the giftware? You went over the top with all the Matthew Smith prints. I counted over 50 in inventory.
Well, he's a popular New Hampshire artist. I can't help that. I'm a fan of his work.
Oh, so we both have buying issues.
Yes, dear, but at least Capital Craftsman has plenty of merchandise.
That's what makes us one of the largest jewelry and gift stores in the area.
Precisely. Stop by Capital Craftsman and Romance Jewelers, 16 North Main Street, downtown Concord. Follow us on Facebook or visit us at capitalcraftsman.com.
We want to be your family jeweler.
For 19 years, Annie's Angels Memorial Fund has been helping local families struggling through disease, illness, and disability. Our most essential fundraiser is the Heavenly Ball, taking place Saturday, May 9th at the MBA Hotel in downtown Portsmouth. This cornerstone event has become a source of hope, support for our local community and families in need. What makes it truly special is you. You help provide life-saving medical equipment. You assist with hospital bills, and you help fund therapies that support families during their most challenging times. Please join us for the Heavenly Ball on Saturday, May 9th at the MBA Hotel in downtown Portsmouth. Tickets are $175 and include dinner, dancing, auction, and cash bar. It is an elegant evening that leads to an unforgettable night out. Get your tickets in advance at anniesangels.org. Can't join us on May 9th? Please make your tax-deductible donation at anniesangels.org. Annie's Angels, because the only thing between hardship and hope is you.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephanie from Crossroads Chiropractic, here with one of our cutest practice members. Hey, Callie, how old are you?
5.
Thanks for coming in today to help me talk about subluxations.
Sublux what?
You know, when the bones in your spine get stuck out of place from falls, sports, poor posture, car accidents, and too much time sitting on your computer and phone.
Oh yeah, misalignments?
Yeah, misalignments. What activities do you do that might cause your spine to misalign?
Gymnastics.
You do gymnastics?
Yeah.
What kind of gymnastics do you do?
I do bars, I do beef, I do vault, and sometimes I go on the trampoline.
Wow, with all those activities, I really am glad your mom brings you to have your spine aligned.
Yes.
If you aren't as lucky as Callie and weren't adjusted during your growing years, don't wait any longer. Neck pain, sciatica, headaches, and other unwanted aches, pains, and health conditions can be related to subluxations. This month, a complete exam with any necessary x-rays is just $59 at Crossroads Chiropractic. Call 603-575-9080.
Coming up at noon, we talk tech with Kim Commando. In the meantime, we're back to Mike and the Hoss on the pulse of New Hampshire.
Mike and the Hoss on the airways blast.
Yeah.
Talking New England sports, they got the facts. Coaches and teachers making it clear. Wolfboro mornings filled with cheer. Baseball scores and hockey fights.
I'm not sure if anything we say could be construed as a fact.
I don't know. We have some facts. Like in a little bit, I'm gonna give you some facts as to who won the championships.
Okay,
that's a fact.
Those are facts, but then when we start expounding on the game,
then we
those-
have opinions.
Yes,
Yeah.
so-
So there are a few facts in there, which
right.
is great.
New Hampshire sports.
New Hampshire Sports is brought to you by Bailey's Bubble. Family owned and operated Bailey's Bubble in downtown Wolfboro serves the finest ice cream in the state from May through October. If you can't make it to Wolfboro for ice cream, you can still order their hot fudge, panucci, and butterscotch sauces at baileysbubble.com. My favorite is their homemade hot fudge. When placing your order, don't forget to tell them that Mike and the Hoss sent you. I'm pretty sure that the order has been placed for their ice cream because we are getting closer to opening day. They'll be opening up in May, and it's an exciting time to be in and around the Lakes region for Bailey's Bubble ice cream.
Absolutely.
All right. Last weekend, and you were part of this, Mike, it was NHIAA Winter Championship weekend. So we have the winter champions. We want to give a little bit of a shout out, and then we want to do a little commentary about the game that you were able to coach. So for co-ed unified basketball, that was Exeter. They defeated Londonderry. So congratulations to Exeter. In girls basketball, we had Division 4 Groveton defeated Newmarket. In Division 3, Fall Mountain defeated Guildford. In Division 2, Derryfield defeated Pembroke. And in Division 1, Londonderry defeated Concord Christian. So Concord Christian was not able to win it this year. Boys basketball in Division 4, Littleton defeated Groveton. In Division 3, Guildford defeated Muskoma Valley. In Division 2, Hollis Brookline defeated Pelham. And in Division 1, Pinkerton defeated Trinity. In girls hockey, it was Hanover over Oyster River Portsmouth. And in boys hockey in Division 1, we had another overtime game. It kind of repeated from last year. It was the same teams, Bishop Girton and Concord. This year, Bishop Girton defeated Concord in overtime. Last year, it was Concord who defeated Bishop Girton. In Division 2, you had Spalding. That was really exciting to see. I got to see the last period of that game. Spalding, who was the 5 seed, defeated Oyster River. Very exciting for those boys. And then the game of all games, Mike, in Division 3, Kingswood defeated Berlin Gorham in overtime. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, thank you. I get a chance to talk about it. First of all, shout out to head coach Mike Potenza.
Yes.
13 years at the helm of Kingswood. This is their first championship. This is our first championship, our first boys championship at the school in like 27 years. 27 years. So
years. Yeah.
Kingswood has had a little bit of a dry run on the boys side.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were able to bring it home. Last year, we lost in the finals in overtime. This year, we happened to win it.
Yeah.
It was exciting. It was really exciting. I'm thankful that to be part of it. The boys, we were the 3 seed. We beat the 2 seed in the semis. We beat the 1 seed in the finals. So overall, not to make it too much about us, but it was to be part of it is a lot of fun. We had a parade coming back into town.
Yeah.
Fire trucks, ambulances.
So fun. Nice escort.
It just is so happy. Not everybody gets a chance to be part of that, and so happy for the boys. And it was a lot of fun. And we heard from a lot of people over the week, a lot of celebrations that are not hockey people.
Yeah.
And so you realize how much athletics are part of a community.
Yes.
And I think we realized that this week. We're a small area, and to bring home a championship, it wasn't just the hockey parents that were happy. It wasn't just the teachers. It was just people in the community were really happy for us. Yeah. And we had a few celebrations. We got a few more coming up this week. And it's neat on the community side of things. It's really neat.
That's exciting. I want to add some details, and then I have a question for you. So just so you guys know, with this game, it was pretty amazing. There was no scoring until the final 29.6 seconds in the third period. Berlin Gorham scored with 29.6 seconds left in the third period. They took a 1-0 lead. At that point, Coach Potenza and the coaching staff, you guys called a timeout. Yep. All right. What was said in that timeout?
So basically, Coach Potenza said, we're going to get the face-off back. We're going to dump the puck in. And the kids did exactly what he said, what he told them to do. Exactly. And so we were able to score 18 seconds later.
Yes.
We pulled the goalie, and the guy that we put on the ice did exactly what he was supposed to do, went down to the front of the net, screened the goalie, who got the shot off.
Mhm.
And, you know, in that situation, you hope to get one good chance.
Yep.
And we got that one good chance.
Yep.
And the boys executed to a T what Coach Potenza asked them to do, which is all you can ask. And then the momentum shifted, and it was back with us.
All right, so it's 1-0 with 29 seconds left. Kingswood takes a timeout. Kingswood then comes on, ties the game with 12.6 seconds left in the third period. You go to overtime, and a shout out to the goal scorer in overtime. Atlee Rollins scored the game-winning goal in overtime. The whole place goes crazy, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It's 27 years in the making.
Is a very good story. Atlee lost his father last year suddenly. So, you know, sometimes in athletics, these stories happen.
Yeah.
And it was one of those days that
You couldn't have scripted this
Nope.
game better. And
You
it's like,
couldn't have.
reflecting on the ride home, I said, oh my gosh, first of all, at 29.6 seconds, you guys are down by a goal. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then you tie it up, and then you couldn't have picked a better young man to score the game-winning goal.
Yeah, it really worked out. Really worked out well, and congratulations to Kingswood, the players, the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
Coach,
just-
the
it really-
coaching staff. So
it was
well
really
done.
nice.
So, but congratulations to all the NHIAA Winter Champions. We are actually turning a page. It's crazy to think this. And coming up this week, we're starting spring sports, high school spring sports in the great state of New Hampshire.
Speaking of spring sports, we
Yes.
have a few minutes before we go to break. I ran across this article, and I'm going to have to pull his name in a second. So I'm going to talk about it while I'm pulling his name. But there's been controversy in the PGA Tour
Okay.
about tucking your shirt.
All right.
Tucking in your shirt. I know this.
So
sounds crazy.
as we're talking about tucking in a shirt, so in society, and you've probably seen this, that there are companies now that make shirts, no tuck shirts, so that people that don't want to tuck their shirts, it's a no tuck shirt that you can wear outside of your khakis or your shorts. You could see maybe the younger generation aren't tucking their shirts in as much.
There's a company that's called Untuck It.
Yeah. So you have these. Yeah. So you have the stuff.
It is current, and so golf is making a big deal. His name is Matthias Schmid, who played the Players Championship with
Okay.
an untucked shirt, and
like just an untucked polo.
Untucked polo.
Yeah.
And he says, I don't like tucking my shirt in.
Okay.
And I'm with him. I'm not a big fan of tucking my shirt in either.
Sure.
But the PGA Tour, and we mentioned baseball, how the baseball looks in the mirror. I think the PGA Tour needs to look in the mirror. We talked about carts for some of the, for Tiger Woods, for
Tiger
instance.
Woods, yeah.
Tucking the shirt in. You see guys now that are able to play in a golf shirt that doesn't have a collar.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing that.
Yeah.
Caddies can wear shorts.
Yeah.
Now where caddies couldn't
they
wear
couldn't do that
shorts now.
before. Sure.
And now the big tuck gate, that whether we're gonna tuck the shirt or untuck the shirt, and I just can't believe how much of a big deal the PGA is making about this.
I mean, you're a golf guy, so think about in terms of baseball for a second, and then I'll ask you a question. In baseball, like even at the high school level, if a kid comes up with his shirt untucked, the umpire is going to call a timeout and tell you to tuck your shirt in.
But that's a safety reason, because the ball can come in and.
I
I
get that. I totally get that. But I'm just saying, and it's also, true, and there's an appearance reason there too, but it's a safety reason. But I get that. But you don't want to look like a slob. But isn't it up to them if you want to look like a slob? Well, I don't know. But this is what I'm going to ask you: is there, because there's such a rich tradition with golf, that there's an etiquette, right? Like, think about it. If you were going to go to a wedding, you're probably not going to come in with a shirt without a collar untucked. That's like a 5-star wedding. I don't mean like a backyard hoedown. Okay.
Well,
you didn't show up to your daughter's wedding looking like a bum.
I did not. You're right.
Yeah.
I did not.
You looked handsome.
I did not.
So I'm just asking: is there an expectation for golf? Because I'm just like you, Mike. I'd rather go play golf with my shirt untucked. I'm just saying, do you need? Is there some expectation where you need to have your shirt tucked in?
Well, Dog has a picture of him, and you can see how loosely untucked.
He doesn't look terrible.
He doesn't look terrible. I just think that, just like baseball made changes to stay a little bit more current with the times.
Yeah.
And I think golf needs to do the same thing.
Okay.
There are golf shirts that don't have collars. They accepted those.
Mm-hmm.
There's companies that sell untucked shirts, or that's specifically for being untucked.
True. This is a shift to like Happy Gilmore. I think it's great. Put your Bruins jersey on and go play the PGA.
I don't think anybody's asking for that, but I could see you want to reach the younger generation.
Yep. I'm actually not arguing against it. I like
maybe,
the idea.
And maybe we need to be thinking to be a little bit looser, for lack of a better
For
word.
lack of a better word, and just allow and not have a dress code.
Well,
but
yeah,
here's the problem that I have.
that's
This
the
is my other problem is these country clubs have dress codes, right?
yes.
They have, you have to you have to wear certain attire in order to be able to play golf.
Yes.
So like if you're playing at Augusta, I'm sure they don't want you wearing an untucked, no collared shirt.
Yes, and I think that that's a debate for another time about, golf etiquette and dress code. That you know, how extreme should you be? If somebody walks off the street and they want to hit a bucket of balls and they wear jeans, should the pro shop deny them access because he has a pair of jeans on?
Probably not. But if they have jorts on, absolutely.
Anybody should be
No
denied
offense,
any
Peter.
access to with jorts. I
I have a good friend. We have a good listener that always wears jorts. So no offense, Peter.
All right. All right. So it's coming up. We're going to read more about this. We have fixed many sports.
We have.
I think we should take a peek at golf.
I'm game for that.
I think
yeah.
we should take a peek at golf, even though golf is, I would say it's on a roller coaster run. You hear golf, is gaining,
Yeah.
and then you see it losing again, and it's gaining and losing. And it's pretty much based on when Tiger Woods is playing.
Sure.
Seriously,
People do love Tiger.
Tiger has signed up for the Masters. By
Awesome.
the way, he has
good.
entered the Masters tournament.
Is he going to walk it?
He has to.
I know he does.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a story.
Yeah.
Tiger playing again at the Masters.
All right.
All right. We'll come back to some trivia.
107.7 WTPL, the pulse of New Hampshire.
Hey, it's Big Pete, and this is Repeat from the Appleseed Restaurant in beautiful Bradford, New Hampshire. Right on. What's a good way to start your Sunday morning, Dad? Probably with a fabulous breakfast buffet. Do you know of any? I know that there's one served at the Appleseed Restaurant, and we're also serving a breakfast buffet now at Fenton's Landing and Sunapee Harbor. Sweet. Same choices at both great locations. And for the most up-to-date hours, you can check our websites, appleseedrestaurant.com or fentonslanding.com. That'd be on the computer, right? That's right, Dad. On the computer, on the internet. Love the internet. Now, what do we offer on that fabulous breakfast buffet? Oh, we have bacon, eggs, sausage, home fries, corned beef hash, Big Pete's famous barbecue pulled pork, and lots of other great stuff. And if you want to see a real live working fossil, Big Pete works the Sunday morning shift. Yep, and I'm still out working you. Burn, like the bacon that you burned last week. Ouch. Just hit appleseedrestaurant.com, where we have gravy.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type. Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Get in touch with the show anytime at thepulseofnh.com and on the free-to-download Pulse of NH app. Now, back to Mike and the Haas on the Pulse of New Hampshire.
Yeah. Wolfboro. Legends quick to lay. Mike on the mic, playing boss. Wolfboro broad nights where the snow gets tossed. Talking socks, packed with the swagger of floss. Dedicated dads, coaches, no loss. From the
Charlie, I'm thinking that today is a pretty good day for a cup of coffee.
Oh, absolutely. And you know where you get a great cup of coffee?
You're going to tell me.
Bella Dina Coffee. Wake up your senses with Bella Dina Coffee, a lovely choice. Every cup starts with high-quality specialty beans roasted in small batches for a rich, smooth flavor. With seasonal selections and custom blends, Bella Dina creates coffee tailored to your taste. Whether you prefer bold, bright, or balanced, there's a perfect cup waiting for you, and it's even better shared. Treat yourself to something special. Visit belladinacoffee.com and have Bella Dina Coffee delivered right to your door. Order today and discover why Bella Dina Coffee is truly a lovely choice. So the trivia winner today is going to have an opportunity. You're going to be able to get a gift basket from the owners of Bella Dina Coffee, and they're going to hook you up depending upon what you want. So you're going to call in 603-228-2080, 603-228-2080. This coffee is going to be shipped directly to your door. If you get the answer to this trivia question, the NCAA basketball tournament began in 1939. Who were the first champions? We're looking for the men's champions. The NCAA tournament began in 1939. Who were the first champions? If you know, 603-228-2080. That's 603-228-2080 for a chance to win a gift basket from Bella Dina Coffee.
How's your bracket?
Terrible. I mean, how is yours? You're not going to tell me it's amazing, is it?
Well, I didn't win every game in the first round, but
yeah,
I could go 32-0 this weekend. So all of my winners are still alive for this
That's good.
weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible. So I looked at my bracket prior to the show, and I selected just over 50% correct. So terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get them all right, but what I have left matters.
Okay,
that's
no, I know, I understand.
You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
when
You're still alive, you know, and your Sweet 16 is intact, that type of stuff.
The Duke game against Siena made me nervous. That one made me nervous because that was a 116, and Siena was in control for most of that game.
Yeah.
And I have, we're going to do our final.
The Santa Clara game.
Duke winning the whole thing.
I was hoping Santa Clara was going to kind of pull it out, but yeah, no, you're right. So, yeah, it's and I think the more important thing is that here we are talking about how exciting March Madness is, and like we're all in, and we're not. I would say the two of us, dog. I'm not. I mean, maybe you are, but I know that Mike and I are not what you would say college basketball fans, but we enjoy it come tournament time.
In March, I enjoy the tournament.
Absolutely,
It's a lot of fun.
All in.
I like that basketball being on 4 channels. And I can just go to different games and I can catch and then as the stories develop, I really enjoy that. Yeah. Like it's the St. Louis kid. I think it's St. Louis. It's St. Louis or St. Mary's. I'm forget which one, but he does not look like an athlete. Doesn't look like
about Cream.
Is that what it? Yes, Cream. Thank you, Cream.
Cream as in CREAM.
Yes. What's his name? Do we have his name?
Trying to remember what his name was, but he does play for the Billikens. I saw St. Mary's play San Francisco in San Francisco when I was there. So I picked St. Mary's Santa Clara to when they did
Santa Clara. Yeah.
But this guy
did you saw I'm sorry, Mike. Did you see Cream? Did you see him?
No. He plays for St. Louis. I saw
I see. I gotcha.
Yeah, I thought it was St. Louis, but
yeah.
You see him, you saw him walking down the street. He's more likely to be making your coffee than it is going to be, playing high-end basketball. And he's phenomenal.
He's so good. He is so good. Yeah, he doesn't what you would say look like an athlete.
No, but he's a very old school type of game.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Fun,
I like those stories, so I'm going to tune in.
Yeah.
When he plays,
there's always any game you're watching, there's a storyline.
Yeah. So
which is great.
I like it. So all right. So what is your Final Four?
Yeah.
You
want me to start with my
first.
Final Four? All right. Let me pull it up here. My Final Four. Okay. So my Final Four, it's a little bit vanilla, but I have Duke, Vanderbilt, Arizona, and Alabama.
Okay.
That's who I have for my Final Four. Dog, who do you have?
UConn, Houston, Arizona, Virginia.
Okay.
We're all over the place.
Yeah.
Duke, Illinois, Purdue, Michigan.
Okay. All right. Who do you have to win it, Doug?
The Houston Cougars, they've got to finally break through, and they will, over Arizona in the national championship, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay. Who do you have?
Duke over Purdue.
Okay. And I actually have, so Doug and I we're going to be fighting because I have Arizona winning it all this year.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just, for me, I still bleed that old West Coast, Pac-10, the Pac-12, all that stuff. But I want to see Arizona win it. So we'll see.
All right. Quick NHL, Mo. I'm so into right now the run as far as the NHL goes and the playoff implications because every game matters. We saw that postseason doesn't start until mid-April.
Yes.
Postseason is happening right now, at least in the East. I'm going to read the standings for the East right now, and as soon as I can pull it up because I had it just a second ago, there it is. So you got the Carolina Hurricanes at 92 points, the Buffalo Sabres tie with them at 92 points, the Tampa Bay Lightning at 88 points. And then you have Pittsburgh, Montreal, Bruins, Detroit, all with 84 points.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are in the final playoff spot, at 83, and the New York Islanders at 83.
Wow.
It is jam-packed tight. The Bruins are 1 point from being out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And, 4
1 or
points
2
from
points
being,
from,
hosting.
Right. Exactly.
So it's just, and I hadn't put it on our notes. I'm in for this because every game matters. Every point matters.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want things to matter when you watch these games.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a lot more fun than when the Bruins were so far out in front back in
set of the record,
2021 or whatever that was, when they were so far out in front and then they lost in the first round.
Yeah.
They're playing playoff hockey right now,
which is exciting. So, like, you're right. Every game matters. So people are tuning in and listening on the Pulse and excited about the Bruins.
All right. Trivia
before we go to break, here's the trivia. The NCAA tournament, so we're talking about men's basketball, began in 1939. Who were the first champions? If you know who the first champions were, 603-228-2080, 603-228-2080 for a chance to win some Bella Dina coffee.
All right, we'll be right back. We're talking Red Sox because guess what happens this week?
The season opens.
Major League Baseball. Game 1 of 162. We'll be right back.
This is the Pulse of New Hampshire, 107.7 WTPL.
Here at LaChance Water Filtration, we're proud to announce that we have been voted Best of the Lakes region for water treatment once again. With over 20 years of experience, LaChance has seen all kinds of water quality disasters, but our expertise continues to come out on top. LaChance has won Best of the Lakes the last 3 years. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all water filtration system. At LaChance, we tailor our filtration systems to your specific water quality and your specific wants and needs. Whether you want to remove stains, make your water safe to drink, or just want a little bit of extra peace of mind, LaChance Water Filtration can help you. After all, customer satisfaction is what won us Best of the Lakes region in the first place. Give LaChance Water Filtration a call at 603-732-2533, visit our showroom at 200 Laconia Road in Tilton, New Hampshire, or contact us at lachancewaterfiltration.com to find out how we can make your water be better than bottled.
Hi, it's Steve Mann. Have you heard the commercials for the Mark Patrick Stop Smoking seminars? And it could work for you. So I went. And guess what? It did work for me. My friends and family are still amazed. I quit smoking. I didn't have cravings, anxiety, or weight gain. Listen, I don't know how it works, but I know it works because I'm living proof, and it's 100% guaranteed. So what do you got to lose? I'll tell you what you got to lose. A very bad habit.
That is awesome. So what are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking with Hypnosis, guaranteed only $59.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late-day eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. That's right. Hypnosis, Sunday, March 29th at the DoubleTree Concord downtown in Concord. Weight loss hypnosis, 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 2 p.m. And Monday, March 30th at the Best Western Plus Landmark Inn in Laconia. Weight loss hypnosis, 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis, 8 p.m. Register markpatrickseminars.com.
Hey, this is Mike Dene alongside Charlie Hossack from Mike and the Hoss.
You know what I love about getting away to the coast? That fresh, clean feeling.
What if you could get that feeling anywhere? That's what drinking Maine Love water is like.
It's true. It's sourced from pristine Maine water, and you can taste the difference. It's so crisp and refreshing. It comes in recyclable aluminum cans, not plastic.
Whether you choose their pure water or their feel-good flavored seltzers, you're getting simple, sustainable, feel-good hydration.
That's Maine Love. Bring that clean Maine feeling home with you.
Celebrate the best of New Hampshire hockey at the 12th Annual Boys High School Senior All-Star Showcase this Sunday at 12 noon. 4 teams of senior All-Stars, selected from all 3 divisions by the New Hampshire High School Coaches Association, will face off at Delta Dental Arena, formerly Tri-Town Arena in Hooksett. More details at NHLegendsofHockey.com. The 12th Annual Boys High School Senior All-Star Showcase this Sunday. First game puck drop at 12 noon at Delta Dental Arena, just 2 miles north of Exit 10 off I-93. Put on by the New Hampshire Legends of Hockey.
You're listening to the Granite State's own Mike and the Hoss on the Pulse of New Hampshire.
Mike and the Hoss, Sports Talk Classics in New England. Magic broadcast fantastic. Wolfboro crew where the echoes scream. Fathers, coaches chasing the dream.
If you're not having coffee, then you know what the next best thing to have?
Yes, some Maine Love water. Maine Love water and seltzers are sourced from pristine Maine water, delivering a crisp, refreshing taste in every can. If you're reaching for canned water or seltzer, give Maine Love a try. And Maine Love is the sponsor of our 4th segment of Mike and the Hoss.
4th and final segment, Mike and Hoss. It's baseball season. It's Red Sox season now. We can officially say that. We're going to do our predictions. You're going to do your predictions out there with our poll question on how the Red Sox are going to finish. We're going to look at their lineup. We're going to get win totals. We're going to do the whole thing right now.
Do we want to take, if Dog's ready, do we want to take a look at last week's poll question and this week's poll question?
Yes, I want to do that first. Yep. Go get him, Dog.
Okay, last week's poll question was, will Team USA win the 2026 World Baseball Classic? 60% yes, 40% no. Wah, wah.
What about this week, Dog?
This week, how will the 2026 Boston Red Sox fare? Make the postseason, miss the postseason, win the World Series, lose the World Series.
Interesting.
So here we go. So, I mean, it's been, even though, and we analyzed it last week, the record of preseason games and how it compares to regular season.
Right.
And we came to the conclusion that there is no relationship. But you can look at how individual players are doing, and you can argue that the Red Sox, player-wise, had a very successful spring.
They did.
Did you catch that stat on the World Baseball Classic, the number of home runs? The Dominican led it with 15. Then I think it was Japan who had 12.
Okay.
And then it was the Red Sox outfield. The Red Sox outfield was the next in line. I think they had 9 or 10. Between Jarren Duran, Roman Anthony, Wilyer Abreu, Brian Bayo, basically everybody not named Whitlock had a very good World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one-offs. They also were having good springs too. So you can argue that the Red Sox are in good shape. They have a starting lineup.
Let's do that. Hey, as we're getting the starting lineup, let me do. You still have time to win some trivia. I'm going to do it for the last and final time. The NCAA tournament began in 1939. That's prior to being called March Madness, but that's what we're talking about, the basketball tournament. We're looking for the men's champion. Who was the first official men's champion in 1939? If you know that, 603-228-2080, 603-228-2080 for a chance to win a Bella Dina coffee gift bag.
I'm going to read the starting lineup, and I want you to grade the starting lineup we'll go traditional. We won't go standards based. We'll go traditional A, B, C, D.
Thank you.
F. Okay.
Yes.
So you got that, Dog. You're going to grade him also. So leading off, Roman Anthony, left field, batting second, Trevor Story at shortstop, Jarren Duran, the DH, Wilson Contreras at first base. That's an acquired. Wilyer Abreu in right field, Caleb Durbin at third base, again acquired. Marcelo Mayer at second base, if Cora lets him. Carlos Narvaez at catcher. And Cedane Rafaela in center field.
Okay.
Grade the starting lineup.
All right. So, like individual player?
No, the whole starting lineup. If you're going to compare this, is this?
Compared to all the other Major League Baseball teams.
What? No, just grade them. Give it.
Okay. All right.
If you this
seems like you're getting frustrated.
I am getting
trying
frustrated.
To get I'm asking clarification
rules
questions
here.
Okay. I am going to say that based on this opening day lineup, the Red Sox are a B plus. A B plus.
I'm going to go B.
Okay.
I'm going to go B. So we're pretty close on
We
that.
are pretty close.
I don't think it's fantastic, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's probably it's good enough to win. Looks like Dog was on the phone. We might get a call here. But Dog, you heard the lineup. Before we go to the phone, what do you have? How would you grade their starting lineup?
C. I think they needed to make upgrades, and I don't think they made the upgrades. So, which is why when we make our predictions, they've got the pitching. I don't think they've got the hitting.
Okay, well, let's go to the pitching. Starting rotation, and then we'll do the bullpen. Garrett Crochet, obviously he's the ace.
Yep.
Sonny Gray, acquisition. Ranger Suarez, acquisition. Brian Bayo, he was there. And Johan Oveda.
Yep. Okay.
What's your grade?
I'm going with the pitching. I'm actually staying the same. I'm staying with a B+.
I'm going to stay the same too. I'm going to say B. Actually, I'm going to go B+ because they do have a legit ace.
In Crochet.
In Crochet, they do have a number one. So I'm going to say
And I really do like Suarez.
Any team that has a one, I'm going to go B, at least a B+.
All right,
Dog, what's the starting rotation?
B.
B. Okay.
Okay.
Bullpen, Aroldis Chapman, Garrett Whitlock, Justin Slayton, Zach Kelly, and Greg Weissert.
Yeah. So with bullpen, it's gonna go down a little bit for me, but it's gonna be a B.
We have to. It's hard to assume that Aroldis Chapman is going to be as good as he was last year.
Right. It was unbelievable last year.
That's a problem. Did Whitlock show his true form during the World Baseball Classic?
It's early.
Maybe. Slayton, Kelly, Weissert, middle of the road. I'm going to say C. I think overall it's a C because I'm not sure that Chapman could do what he did last year.
Okay.
Doug?
C, because again, to your point, I just don't, there's no way Chapman repeats the same success he had in 2026 that he had in 2025. There's no way.
All right. We have Alan from Concord with a trivia answer. Alan, what do you got?
I got Oregon.
You are right, Alan. You just won yourself a Belladina gift basket. Congratulations. Believe it or not, it was the Oregon Webfoot. It was the Oregon Webfoots because they weren't the Ducks then. The Oregon Webfoots, now the Ducks defeated Ohio State back in 1939. So thanks for calling. Thanks for listening.
40 some odd points.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Alan, thanks for calling. Stay on the line. Dog's going to take your info.
Yeah. And thanks for listening.
Very much, guys. Take care.
Thanks, Alan. That's great. Awesome. A little Belladina gift basket. It's going to be awesome.
All right. So we got enough time to do win totals. This is a tough one. I'll go first on this one.
Yeah.
Because I think that they have the potential to get to 90-91. But I also think if things go a little sideways, that they're looking at an 81-82 win season.
Okay.
So I'm going to say 86 on the nose.
Oh, 86.
I'm gonna go
You
86.
did a little average.
That keeps them relevant and through September. 86 keeps them relevant through September.
Okay. I am I'm not feeling 90 plus wins, but I'm also not feeling like 80 wins. So I'm going to go with, I feel like the Red Sox a little bit better than 86 wins, 88 wins for me.
All right. Dog, win total for the Red
82
Sox.
wins. And they missed the
82.
postseason.
Yeah, 82 bums me out because that means they're probably
No
likely
postseason.
no postseason, but they're also out of it. Towards the end of August at 82 wins. 86 again. I think that keeps them relevant through September, and definitely 88. They're really knocking on the door at that point. That cusp of that wild card spot has run basically from 85 to 90 wins, and that's in that range.
Yeah.
So I'm on the low end. You're on the middle end. Dog's on the no end. It might be a long.
We're all in the 80s.
Are the Cleveland Guardians getting to the playoffs this year?
They're winning the World Series in 5 games over Terry Francona.
Oh, God.
Revenge 10 years later. Tito gets back to the Fall Classic, and like he did 10 years ago, loses, but this time loses in 5 games. The lockout happens. It'll be an 80-game season, but Cleveland wins it all in 2026.
Sounds like you're
curse of Rocky Colavita.
It sounds like you're writing a fantasy novel, which is great. But realistically, Doug, who do you think? I mean, I understand you're a Guardians fan. Who do you think has the potential to win this? Give me one or two other teams.
Yeah, Toronto's.
Yeah, they're good.
They get stronger.
All
In
right.
Los Angeles. Okay.
right.
Hey, everybody, thanks for listening again. You can catch our podcast on the Pulse Podcast Network, Overtime with Mike and the Hoss. Thank you and have a great week.